Hello, my friends. Welcome. It has been, listen, life's been happening around here, and as it should, that's what life does. But I just want to give you a glimpse of what's really been happening. Every single child has gained sickness as their friend this week. And they had like this little cold thing going around, and it's kind of miserable, but it's not lasting an overly long amount of time. So that's kind of a good thing. I was just thinking, man, we haven't been really like truly sick in a long time. You know, Joe had her stomach bug for a day and a little longer, and then we were good. Nope, we were not. So the girls all slept in our room last night, which I think was good because Nola needed a lot of assistance throughout the night. She was not doing too good, but I feel like, you know, we're onward and yawnward. And some more stuff has been happening in the bathrooms. If you care to see that, let's go look. Look at this bathtub, you guys. Isn't it beautiful? And the huge faucet thingy going on. So Marcus has taken a bath in here a couple times, and we brought up a table. I threw it over there because I didn't want to show it to you, but now I just did. So we brought up a little table because it's nice to have something to set things on. This is such a deep bath anyway, so it's just kind of nice. We're still waiting on the glass to come in, but all of the walls have been finished. They look beautiful. And of course we have the toilet. We talked about that last time, but things are up. The toilet paper roll. We need to get a hand towel up here and some soap. We're not fully up here yet. Marcus just brought his toothbrush up, I think this morning. And we're still trying to figure out, this should be the fan, but it's not turning on. Something's not hooked up quite yet. So we got to figure that guy out. But everything is beautiful. The trim looking so lovely. Everything is lovely. It's just gorgeous. So I want to find a couple things maybe to put on the wall. I might take you along for that. And we'll see if we can, you know, just fancy it up in here. We're trying to figure out towels. We have brown ones. We've had them since we were married. By the way, I haven't done my hair yet, so we got wings going on. But we got them when we were married. And in the last couple of years, they're just starting to get sad. They're, you know, the seams are coming out on some parts, and we don't even really use bleach, but somehow they've gotten bleached a little bit in a few spots, just more in the last year or so. I don't know what that's about. It's really sad. So they're great towels, except for when they're not. But we don't want white ones. There's a lot of gray in here already. I need to look maybe at a color wheel and see what goes. I don't know. Do you have a suggestion? Maybe you know what we could do. Some of those towels that have like a little bit of white and a little bit of gray or blue in them. That's an idea. And then for the second bathroom, we were able to put up the curved rod, and then we got the shower curtain going. One of the hooks was broken when we got it, so that one's hiding behind there with no hook, and I'm just gonna super glue it and pray that it works because it came together, and I don't want to have to buy hooks separately just for one doinger that didn't rise to the challenge. And then this picture we used to have in here, and I think it'll look pretty good. We're gonna put it back. I was thinking about something different, but Marcus kind of like that, and I think that's fine. It'll all go together. So everything's looking pretty. Shower head, the spout thingamajig. Anyway, this bathtub is a little bit slimmer for some reason, so the curved shower rod was nice. And you know, this wasn't as easy and simple as putting up the straight one. There's a lot more to it, so, you know, go into that forewarned. But yeah, that's what's happening around these parts. I gotta be honest. Let's have a little chat for a second, shall we? So here's the thing. I like to be nice and honest, talk about what's what, because I'm a human being. I don't know about you, but I am. And I've just had like no motivation this whole week. Some of it probably because the kids are sick. And I know how long things take most of the time. And I know that if I'm going to be interrupted a lot, George is sneezing over here. If I'm going to be interrupted a lot, and rightly so, there's sickness going on, so there's just a lot of needs. I just know that I can't get things done without having to stop a lot, and it makes it really hard. But stuff does have to get done, and I've just not been feeling it. And I thought, am I depressed? I'm like, well, I don't feel sad. I don't think I'm depressed. So I don't know what my deal is. I have some sneaking suspicions about what it could be, but I just haven't been feeling it. And I've been tired. I haven't slept well since today is Thursday. I haven't slept well since probably Friday night because there's just been a lot of sickness and a lot of people waking up in the night. And once somebody wakes up, it's over for me. I'm like, I'm awake. It doesn't matter if you woke up at 1:30, 2:30. 12:30, like I'm up for the rest of the night. I just have a hard time going back to sleep until I have reached full on exhaustion, which last night I did. Nola woke up maybe 4 times last night, just not doing well. And I did go back to sleep every single time in between, and then slept in just a little bit this morning. So that was good because I didn't have to get up and do what I normally do, editing videos and stuff. I usually do that early in the morning. So anyway, I don't know. Anybody feeling anybody just feeling the blahs? That's what it is. It's the blahs. It's not depressed. I'm not sad. I'm just like, nothing. Just want to sit and kind of zone out. And every now and again I go through that. And after a while I go, that's enough of that. We got stuff to do. Let's get it done. I made a list. I heard something the other day and I thought it was kind of interesting. Maybe you have this thought too, that okay, all these people that are at a race, say they were going to race each other, all of their goals are to win, right? That's what they want to do, but only one person wins. How do you get to the point where you win? You have all these systems, you have all these things that you do leading up to that. And that's how we run a home, and that's how we, maybe get exercise in. We have these systems put in place so that we can get things done. And because we were on vacation and then our house is there's a lot going on with the bathroom stuff. Even though that's up and out of the way, there's still people coming in and out of the house, and you have to talk and stop and go look at things. And it's all very exciting, but it does change the flow of the day and change the flow of the minute by minute situation, because there can be quite a number of people walking through. And so I just was thinking, I think my systems have been out of place now for a while, and then everybody getting sick on top of that, that's going to throw every system out the window. But I know what my goals are in my life. I want a peaceful home, and I want to get school done with the kids, and I want things to be tidy and picked up, and I want to be teaching the kids life lessons, and I want to be exercising. But lacking those systems right now, just because life is what it is, I think that's part of why I'm feeling like, So I want to get back into sharpening up on those things, getting them set in place so that hopefully next week, when everybody's feeling a lot better, then we can really hit the ground running with a lot of positive force. And I know, another thing that I was listening to this person talk about systems, and they were saying, sometimes when we say, okay, our goal is this, our brain interprets that as, well, it's done, like you already did it. And so you don't have that necessarily that motivation to do it. Like say you have this goal, I want to start walking, and you fantasize about, okay, I'm going to get up in the morning, I'm going to be a walker, like this is so great, and I'm going to just change my life and all of that. Then your brain receives that information as, like, we've already done it. It's great. You've already accomplished the goal. And so instead, it's talking to yourself about what are the things that are going to come up, the realities that are going to keep you from that goal. And I've spent some time writing those down. I'm like I love goals, and I love working toward them. I don't know that they're always healthy, because sometimes it can make you kooky, but I do see some benefit to them. So I was writing them down this morning, and I was going through the what ifs, like what happens when I create this system that I think is going to be perfect and amazing and life-changing, and maybe the kids don't want to follow that, like they don't enjoy it. I mean, we're still going to do it, but what happens when the people around you don't respond to it the way that you want to? Or what happens when everybody gets sick? Or what are you going to do when da 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 da? And just trying to think through those things and go, okay, it's not going to be sunshine and roses every day. That's just not reality. So how do we deal with it? Does that make any sense? That's my thought patterns these days, is like, I need to get my systems back in order, and then I need to implement the systems, but also go into it realizing, guess what? Like, it's not going to be perfect. I think that's what keeps us from continuing on to our goals past like day 3. Because then we're like, oh, reality hit, and it's not that exciting, but you still have that goal. And then you start beating yourself up because you don't make the goal, and you don't do what you got to do to get the goal, and blah, 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 blah. See, I'm on a little bit on a struggle bus these days, but it's all going to turn around. I feel the turnaround happening already today, because I just thought something's wrong. Like, I ain't feeling it. And that's never good. So we're just getting stuff done as we can, and getting these babies better. Pasta fagioli from Olive Garden, a bucket of pasta fagioli. That's going to be happening tonight for sure. It's healing. It's healing for the heart. It's healing for the body. It's a beautiful thing. So I'll bring you along today and we'll see what's what. So one thing that I really like to do when I'm feeling bleh is I like to eat a lot of sugar. So we're not going to do that today. Weird stuff I'm going to eat, just olives. I needed something quick that I didn't have to think about. And then I'm going to make a smoothie. I'm going to put some flaxseed in it, some Greek yogurt, which has good protein in it, a little bit of milk, some pineapple, banana, berries. I think that's good. Maybe just a little pick me up, just to make me happy, you know.
Ooh, are you making a smoothie?
Yeah. Cheers, my friend. Perfect. Perfect. Smoothie is done, my friends. So that means we're going to work on some systems now. And one of the things that I like to do is have a good toy system, which we've talked about before, but I put a toy rotation through. That's really helpful. It's already an absolute mess, because just life happened so much in the last couple weeks that it was on me and I didn't require, the careful care of such a thing. But another part that really matters is 2 different dressers that we have in our house. One of them stores mostly things for school. The other one stores things that we need easy access to, like coloring stuff and markers, but it's a mess. And so that whole system of having things at the ready and easy for the kids to play with so that I can do school easily or they can have fun and play, well, it's just a mess. So let's go through and do what I do to make it, functional again, because it's not functioning. All right, here's the dresser for the dining room area. This is where we keep stuff like coloring books and markers, things like that. But there's other stuff, like you bring it upstairs to play with and then you think, I'm not gonna put it away. Follow the system, I'm not gonna put it away, I'll just shove it in the drawer. So what we need to do is we need to take it out of there. And this is not a great dresser. It's kind of a makeshift dresser for right now. The drawers do not open nicely. It's a lot of fighting to get them open. So it's not great, but we're making do with what we had. We used to have a big one right here, but we're actually using it in the other room because we had to get a new TV area stand type thing. And all of our school stuff is in that one. All that to say, let's just clear it out. Do you have something you want to organize? Maybe we'll do it together, right? But I'm probably going to put this on super fast speed, so prepare yourself. Also, if you want to make children in your life happy, get one of these tiny whiteboards and some markers. Hours of fun. All of this is gonna get put away. This is all trash. Book's gonna get put away. A couple little things that need to find its own home. This is gonna go down in the basement. All of that was clogging up our dresser over here and making it hard to get to the things that we want. So now what's in here are the, let me just show you. We've got the markers and all of the coloring books. There's a ton of them in there. And then I have paper up here in case I need that, plus some of my little papers that I need to keep track of. And then the 2 bottom drawers are empty, which is great. We don't have to have every drawer full. I don't think that that's necessary. We just need things that we know where they're at, we know how to get to them, and they make it easy to put everything away. So these things here all have places downstairs where we kind of keep all the toys and the crafty fun stuff so that when we want them, we can bring them up, and then when we're done, we put them back. Next system that I'm working on is all the homeschool stuff. Let me show you the dresser real quick where we house all of the treasures. Everybody has their own drawer, and never mind the little pieces of paper, we'll get that figured out. But this one is Israel. So we kind of had a hard time getting all the books, like science and everything. And I've been working kind of like trying to figure out where to keep things best. But here's what I've come up with. The drawer had a bunch of other books and things like that, so I have combined everything into one, including history and science, which those all used to have their own. That takes up a lot of room. So for the week, I'm grabbing out things for math. I've got things for writing. Then we have the science. Then we have history back here. And then on this part, we have this thing called a timeline book that looks like this. And whenever we talk about certain people in history, we put them into our timeline book, and it kind of just lets you know what all was going around at the same time. It's actually really interesting. So when that comes up in the instructor's guide, we'll cut it out, stick it onto there. Also, I have a paper here, a handwritten paper thing that we use. And then here I have a map for the level that he's on. So whenever the instructor's guide tells us to do that, we do it. I'm not one of those that does like 6 weeks at a time or the whole year at a time or whatever, because it never seems to work very well for us. Really, a week at a time is doable, and that's kind of what I've come to decide is good. Figure out what works for you and then just do that. Because lots of people have great ideas, and they're great ideas for them, but they're not necessarily great ideas for yourself or for your family. But this works well. It goes like this. This also gives a lot of independence, because this is what needs to be done for the week. And then watch that. Boom. And then they're done, and I get to move on to the next. Also, I took everything. Sunlight is the program that we use for ours. We've been doing that since Israel was, his very first. So I think around 3.5, we started very, very light preschool type stuff, like super light. And it was Sunlight. We've tried a thing here or there, but this is probably our favorite. So in this huge binder that they give us, a lot can fit in here. And I decided to combine everything. I think that'll make a lot of sense for us. So then we've got history, Bible, literature. Back here, we've got all the science. So after the week is over, I can come back and easily just find what needs to happen. At the back, I had already put all the math, each lesson, like this is 20, and then there's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then the test. So I put all of those in one of these little plastic sleeves, and that way we just pull them out as we need them, and everything's just right here. I love this. This is going to be actually very, very helpful. I want the grand finale over here. All the books for history, Bible, literature, anything that we need for writing and the timeline, all that. Everything for the week is in this, so it's really easy. Just open the drawer, bada bing, bada bacon. Same thing over here for Ezra. He's got his stuff, and then everything for the week is in his binder. Joey has a little extra. Ezra and Joe do some things together, so I put that in here. But her stuff is in here. All of her language arts is in here, and it's the way it's laid out. I wouldn't list them out. It just wouldn't make sense. But it also has her math, and there's the books for history, Bible, and literature that they do. And down here is Mrs. Zion with all of her things. So she's got everything that she needs, including her books for her literature time. And then down at the bottom, this is extra. So when I do the next week, I have all of the math books and Explode the Code. This is Nola's little pop-up letters that she likes to practice, but we have some of the dry erase markers and then more pencils, because we're really getting into those kind of pencils. They're pretty fun. And then down here, this is all the things that I'm going to pull from for when I do the next week's things. I thought I would leave them up here. It would be more likely that I would use them, because I wanted to take them downstairs. And I thought, you know what? I'm not actually going to use them if I do that, so let's just do this. And then up here, I didn't show you the before, but I just cleared it all out. Anything we weren't using didn't need to be in here. I do need to just go around and vacuum, but that's a different day, a different time. And the same thing over here. We've just got a couple office things going on. So cleaned those all up. It just makes the systems run more easily, and when you know where everything is and you have everything you need, my goodness, you can go into it with a lot of ease. And then here's all the extra stuff that needs to find a home. That's the fun part. We've gotten a lot done, you guys. So the last system that I'm going to work on, I'm not going to do it right this second, but I'm going to tell you about it, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do it, is the toy system. And we've kind of talked about this before. So the thing is that I have a ton of toys that go here, and they're all categorized. So like all the things that go to the kitchen set are together, all of the Magnetiles are together, and the train stuff and the blocks, and any kind of specific to the little people house or that kind of a thing. So that when I need to bring stuff upstairs for, for the kids playing, because I like to grab, up to like 5 things, some puzzles, some toys, some building type things, take them upstairs for the day, and then they have something to play with. It's new, it's fun, it's exciting. And then I also have, which has gotten itself a little bit kiddly-wampus, but it'll be easy to put it all back together, are these categories down here too. So baby dolls with the little bed, and then we have the farm stuff, but we need the farm animals. They might be inside, can't be sure. A house, this is a Gabby's dollhouse. We have Gabby dollhouse toys, and then there's the car ramp, and there should be a big dinosaur here, but we had a little friend come over that really likes dinosaurs, so that had been upstairs, but it's all gonna come back down. It's just slightly scary because I gotta do that, and I don't wanna, but I know that it's going to help so much. The kids were saying, why are you organizing all this stuff? I said, my brain's been feeling fuzzy, and I just need to know that everything's in place before. So also another system that we're doing is kind of the cleanup system. And since we've been home over the last month, I've really made it a bad habit where instead of, making sure that the kids are coming and helping and doing their part, cleaning up and whatever, I just was doing it. And I think that's part of my melancholy. How many of you have seen Meghan? I just love that show. And he says things wrong all the time. I feel like we are one, but he always goes, I'm feeling melancholy. So making sure that the kids are helping with the things that they're capable of doing, and then encouraging them and teaching them so that they can keep growing all those life skills. So important. When you have a household of, it could be one child or 5, there's just stuff that has to get done. The dishes have to be done and the laundry has to be done. And I just keep thinking, why can't I keep up on this? Oh, because I'm trying to do all of it instead of allowing the capable human beings that live in this house do some of it. So that's another system. And I was recently I bought like I don't know what you call it, like a class through HR Mom. If you've not heard of her, pop on to Facebook. She has a thing there. I don't think she's anywhere else. I don't know. That's where I follow her. So she found out late in life that she had ADHD. She has 2 children or 3 children that have ADHD, and she was in HR, or still is in HR, I think. So she was realizing that young people were coming into the workplace not knowing how to do anything because they hadn't been taught how to do them. And she wants to help families help their children learn these things and create that independence and that confidence in their kids, and kind of allowing everybody's needs to be met rather than one person doing everything and the other people being takers. And just so that they're able to learn. She teaches her daughter, who I think is like 7 or 8, okay, when we go to a restaurant, here's how we're gonna order. They practice it. Here's how you give your order and let people know what you want, and big, strong voice. And I'm gonna be here, but I'm gonna kind of stand back a little bit so that you can have your moment. Or maybe her boys, who are now college age and I think upper high school, how to fill out their own medical information. I know after high school, I was calling my mom, like, what do I do? So she's there with them and teaching them as she goes. So it's not some big, crazy feeling when they leave and go off into the world, that they have some actual knowledge of how to do things. Now, she says, of course, you're not going to be able to learn everything because that's just not realistic. And some stuff, you're just going to have to wait to learn until you're grown up. But she wanted to give them those tools. And so I've been listening to her stuff because I want our children to have good life skills. And there are studies that show that children that do life skills at home, chores, that kind of thing, are actually happier, more content, less prone to anxiety when they're all grown up. And I think that would be a great gift to my children. One, to know how to do things, how to be a good caretaker of the things that you have. And someday maybe you'll have roommates, or perhaps you'll get married. You want to be somebody that other people enjoy living with because you've learned some good skills on how to take care of the things around you. So all that to say, that's something I'm working on, and I would definitely recommend. She gives great ideas on her Facebook page, and I just really, really enjoy her. And the fact that she has ADHD, I don't have it, but sometimes I wonder. But she just, instead of feeling guilty about the things that she struggles with, she just learns how to adapt and make life work for her. And I think it's brilliant. I really do. So I am going to take a little break because I was working really hard. You didn't get to see all that, but I was working really hard getting everything ready for homeschool. And now my brain's tired. And so I'm going to just sit down and chillax. Can I also say that having that little nice smoothie and those olives made me so happy. They did. More recipes coming soon. Another thing that's really helpful is being outside. We haven't been outside too much lately because the weather wasn't fantastic, but it's really blue and really sunny. I don't know. Yeah, that picks up the blue, and absolutely lovely out here. This is what we're doing. We're doing chalk rainbows. I'm in charge of red and green, thank you very much. So we're having a great time doing that. We may or may not have gone on the trampoline. I did not pee my pants. Everybody say congratulations, way to go. And we're doing well. Man, I love being outside. We got a lot of work to do on this here yard this weekend. We're gonna do a lot of work. I'm a little bit scared about the amount of work that has to be done on the yard, but I know Marky's gonna be mowing tomorrow. Here's the deal. This turned into an entire weed fest last year. I didn't do nothing with it. And, you know, I think something needs to happen, but what? I don't know. So this has had all kinds of lives. I have some plants that I want to put in it, but I think I need to clear some things away first and then maybe try to put something over the top. Guys, there are so many little weeds and I don't even know. Digging them up is not easy. That's what I spent a lot of last fall doing, and eventually I just cut everything down really low and prayed for the best, because that's kind of my gardening philosophy. Just pray for the best. Lessons are being had. First time mowing. How fun is that? I actually mowed with this mower last year for the first time. I had done a riding lawnmower when I was the janitor at a church several years ago. Hours and hours of riding that thing and mowing and then doing the weed whacking, all that kind of stuff. But Ezra is now learning the push mower. This one's actually pretty good, easy to push. Of course, if you know how, it's easy to push. Go, Ezra! This one has a good safety on it, so there's no worries about getting hurt. I had an uncle that got very hurt from a lawnmower as a kid. He didn't wear shoes. Yikes. I could see Joey liking to do this. She's one of those. He's having his turn. Here we go. A little bit hard to see the lines. First time, learning the ways. We have a weed whacker, so I'm looking forward to using that. Anybody else just like doing lawn stuff? I do. It might be a little hard to push right now just because we haven't mowed in a while.
Mama, there's a big sunny bit over there.
Yeah, you stand in the sun and get nice and cozy warm. Ooh, that was a good line right there. Guys, it's Easter's. Look at ya. We have our bucket full of eggs here. We're gonna go hide them for the kids, but I wanted to end this video and say thanks for hanging out with me. Hope that you guys are doing really well. Are you doing well?
I'm doing good. I'm ready to go.
Great. Hippity hop, hippity hop. You guys have a great day and we'll see you soon. Bye.